Hey, cool gamer. How are you, cool gamer? I gotta stop for a second. I dropped something that I need. Happy Sunday, cool gamer. Happy Sunday. I hope you're doing well. For that matter, I hope anybody who comes across this video is doing well. I hope that you had a great weekend. I hope that you took some time to get some rest, per usual. As usual, that's my hope for each and every one of you guys. And that you had some time to unwind and to relax and to get yourselves together. Hope you have some time to unwind, to relax, to get yourself together. It's cool outside today. It feels good though. It's cool out here, so I have to have on some pants today. But the more I walk, it's not really that cool. I could have worn shorts. I see, but I exercised. I threw these pants on to come out here and cool down, and I really could have stayed in my shorts. I don't know why it doesn't tell how many people are on here like it used to. This is the second day that I've noticed that. Other people have told me they've noticed some different things as well. I know that YouTube has made some changes. You can see the counter kind of like in real time, if you're watching a video. But it's strange that while I'm on this live, I can't see you guys. So I can see your comments. Hey Triple. Hey Triple Headed Goddess. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me, Triple? Cool Gamer, if you're still here, y'all let me know if you can hear me because I really don't know. Again, I put on some pants. I got done exercising and I knew it was cool outside. But you know what? I could have left my shorts on. I could have left my shorts on because it's not extremely cool. And it's definitely not cold. So I could have left my shorts on because it's cool out here, but I'm hot. I'm hot, y'all. I'm hot. So I'll know next time. I'll know next time. Okay, thank you, Triple. Thank you. So, Triple, did you have any of your food left over for today? Girl, that seafood to me, without all that stuff, without all the seasonings, it's so fresh. It tastes so good. Like you were saying yesterday, Triple, it has enough sodium. It has enough sodium. You really don't need to add all that other stuff. By the time you do one of the seafood boils that they do on here, you'll have enough sodium in one seafood boil for like 2 weeks. All that sodium that's already in seafood and all the stuff that they add to it, that's probably the maximum amount of sodium that you would need in like 2 weeks. Thank you, Cool Gamer. Thank you. I appreciate you and Triple letting me know. So y'all, it's Sunday. Again, I hope you've got some rest. I hope you had some you time, some time to do some things that you enjoy doing over the weekend. And if you had to work this weekend and you have your off day during the week, then make sure that you enjoy your week, enjoy your off day, and have you some fun. And I please, please, please encourage each and every one of you guys to just walk a little bit. You don't have to do, extensive exercise if you don't want to, but just walk. Just do a brisk walk, kind of like the walk that you do with a cool down, maybe a little bit faster than a cool down, maybe a little bit faster than I'm walking right now. Just do a brisk walk, take some deep breaths in and out as you walk. Relax your mind and think about the things that you need to do. Think about the goals that you have set for the week. And if you can, try to walk every day this week. But if not, try to at least walk 3 times this week for at least 30 minutes per day. If you can't do 30 minutes, try your best to do no less than 15. No less than 15. I promise you, your head will feel clearer, your mind will feel clear. Your lungs will love you, your heart will love you. Just try to rejuvenate, try to stay positive, even though it's hard to stay positive sometimes. It really is. And when I say positive, I don't mean you have to run around spreading positivity like Christmas cheer or anything, but I mean for your own self health, your own frame of mind, your own mindset, your own well being. Try not to focus on the negative things around you. And, hopefully, you can feel better mentally and emotionally. So that's what I want you guys to do this week. Just focus on you. Focus on you. Negativity is out there. If it's negativity that you don't like, stay away from it. Because guess what? There's always something going on in our own lives, you know, that could be deemed negative or, kind of offsetting. So you don't need anybody else's negativity bothering you. Okay, I muted for a second, guys, because they were blasting music. Hey, Paul, how are you? And they will get you on that music. You guys know how they are with music. Copyright infringement. And it seems like lately, every time I go walking, someone is blasting music. And it's not even good music. Hey, Paul, how are you? Welcome to the live. I'm just doing my probably 15 to 20-minute cool down today. Just got done exercising. Threw these pants on. As y'all can see, they've got lions and tigers and stuff like that. Because this is Lions Pride. All right? This is Lions Pride. Y'all know I love animals. I love shorts with all types of wildlife. So I'm mostly a shorts channel, but I come on here most evenings and I'll do my cool down with you guys and we, get a chance to connect with you guys and talk with you guys and try to encourage each other, try to uplift each other, and try to be a push. Try to push. Try to push. Try to be a push. Pushing is a force. Try to be that pushing force for somebody. And you guys push me. Push me. We all deserve a push sometimes. We all need a push sometimes. So, if you're going through anything, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. It is. I know when people say that, it irks people's nerves when they're going through something, but that's just the way you have to try and think of it. That's just the way you have to try and think about things. Think about things getting better. Think about things getting better and be glad and be grateful that they aren't worse than they are. So believe you me, I know that's easier said than done because we're humans and we stress. We stress about the things that we stress about those stressors that cause us stress. We do. We do. So that's why I encourage you guys for your mind, body, and soul to get out, to just walk, walk, walk. And just try to take your mind to a place where you're not focused on the things that could be better or the things that you may be going through right now that aren't so good. Try to just get out and honestly, just focus on nothing. Like, focus on nothing. If that doesn't make sense to you, I mean, Just get out, just do some stretches for about 5 to 10 minutes so that you can just get you a brisk walk in. Take some deep breaths in and out and just try to relax your mind and try not to think of anything negative or any other negativity that you may have going on in your life. Try to think about positive vibes, good vibes, and just try to, see yourself in a positive place. Even if you have to create some type of imagery, imagine the places that you like being the most and focus on those type places. Allow those things to come into your mind, focus on those things, and hopefully it'll make you feel better. It may not change what you're going through, it may not remove the stressors, but for that given time, for that given time, you know, it can take your mind off of it. It can take your mind off of it. So if you don't mind, do that for me. Do that for you. Do that for you. Let the stresses go for a few minutes. Let the stress go for a few minutes. Y'all know what I say. We all have something that causes us stress. Sometimes we're having good days, good weeks, good months, good years. And we don't really have to, we're kind of carefree. We don't have to worry about much. Enjoy those times, accept those times, be appreciative of those times. But as human beings living life, you know, just like things are going well, there comes a point sometimes where things don't go so well. So just try your best to take deep breaths in, out, relax, release, and if you can, resolve. Find some resolution. Find some resolution. I was watching Dallas versus the Eagles. They're in halftime right now. They were tied 14-14 for a minute. Dallas put 3 on the board. So right now during halftime, it's 17 Dallas, 14 Eagles. But hey, the Eagles are going to do their thing. They're going to do their thing. Jalen Hurts, his knee is bothering him a little bit, but he's going to carry his team through. He's going to carry his team through. And if for some reason he has to sit out, the rest of them will do it. The rest of them will do it. If for some reason he has to sit out, the rest of them will do it. I cannot stand the fact that I can't, yeah, I can't see anything on this StreamYard. Like I can see the comments, of course, but I can't see how long I've been on here. I can't see how many people have stopped by. I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm thinking that's StreamYard. I don't think that's YouTube. It could be, but I think that's StreamYard. That's crazy. I guess I'll have to go live when I'm done. I'll go live again just to do a testing live to see what's going on. Hopefully I haven't hit anything and messed something up. I hope I haven't messed anything up. So I had a good weekend. Again, if you come across this video after the live is ended, leave in the comment section how your weekend went. Tell us some of the things that you did to enjoy yourself. Tell us if you just worked. Some people love and enjoy work. Tell us some things that you did. Over here when I go live, it's about trying to encourage everybody to move, keep it moving. Get those joints lubricated, get your mind clear in spite of whatever is going on with you or around you. Try your best to clear your mind, because guess what? If something is going on around you and you do need to focus your attention on something, you need to try your best to have everything as clear as possible, to try and just clear everything else away. Try to clear everything else away. Try to just pull yourself up. Pull yourself up. And if you can't pull yourself up, if you're having a hard time doing that right now, Ask for help. Ask that good friend, ask that sister, ask that brother. Not even, they don't even have to be biological, but ask that sister or that brother, preferably biological. But everyone doesn't have a sister or brother biologically. So, you know, maybe a good trustworthy friend. And if you don't have anyone you feel like you can trust, hopefully there's a professional that you can trust. And I don't care what anybody says. If you feel like you need to talk to a professional, do so. Do so. Nothing can hurt you talking to a professional. The outcome will be much better probably if you do than if you don't. If you feel like the professional that you choose isn't offering you the things that you need or isn't providing the service that you need, always go to another one. Always go to another one. And I say these things, believe me, I know they aren't easy. I know they aren't cheap, but find a resource. Sometimes the best resources are free. So if you do feel like you need to talk to someone, call several different resources. If you can't find what you need in one or out of one, try another. Especially this time of the year, you know, seasonal affective disorder, seasonal affective depression, and things like that. So don't be ashamed and don't be afraid to just talk to somebody if you need to. And this is 2023. And I understand you have to be real careful about who you talk to these days because people can take the things that you talk to them about and use them against you. Adults these days have behavior that's so childlike till it's ridiculous. You know, adults don't really practice adulting. They have such childlike behavior. And the sad part about it is it's mostly adults like in their 40s and 50s. I say late 30s, 40s, 50s and up. And that's sad. You could probably find a 25-year-old to confide in who you could have more trust in than an average 45-year-old, than an average 40-year-old. And that says a lot about the people in our society. It does. Generations and generations ago, it was much better than this. It was much better than this. It was. People have always been messy, of course. There's always been the neighborhood chatterbox or chatterboxes. There's always been the grapevine. There's always been that, you know. But there was a time back in the day where there were several people in your society, several people in your community, several people in your neighborhood, several people in your family who you could confide in. You could tell them things and it wouldn't leave the room. It would be between just you and them. Nowadays, people are so eager to see people in pain mentally and emotionally. They can't wait to go and tell everybody in their in their sight something that someone has confided in them. And that's sad. That's sad. And these are even people who have, needed to confide in people themselves. But it's just like my grandparents say, some people can't hold water in a bucket. Some people can't hold water in a bucket. You may need to confide in them. You may feel like you can. And as soon as you do, you find out that that was a big mistake. So I do truly understand why people are slow to ask for help, why people are slow to confide in others. It's just the world that we live in. And if any of you guys are catching Dallas versus Philadelphia, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles, it's halftime over. It's halftime over. If it is, I'm missing a little bit, but I'm about to get off of here in a few minutes because I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it because I have no doubt that the Eagles will soar. I have no doubt that the Eagles will soar. I have no doubt that they will come out victorious. And if they don't, that's okay. That's okay. By no way, no means at all is the season over for them. But it would be a lot better if they were to come out on top. And so that's what I'm wishing for. I'm wishing for an Eagles victory. I'm wishing to see the Eagles back in the Super Bowl. I'm wishing for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. So if you come across this video, let me know. Leave it in the chat. If you are an NFL, if you are an NFL football fan, who are you rooting for? Who is your team? And some people don't really root for anyone particularly. They just like to watch football. So, and I can get with that. I can get with that. Some people just like the sport and they just wait until the final two and they just go with whatever their gut says at that time. Sometimes they're with the underdog. Sometimes they're with the one who is expected to take it all. And sometimes they don't care. They just still want to see a good game. And at the end of the day, I always want to see a good, clean game of football, of basketball, of baseball, whatever it is. I always want to see a good, clean game. And I always want everyone to go home uninjured, which we know a lot of times that's not possible, especially in contact sports. Hey, Dawn people. How are you? How are you with that pretty butterfly? I'm almost done. It's kind of chilly out here tonight, Dawn. And I didn't put on my shorts. I put on my lions and tigers and bears. But oh my goodness, I wish I had put my shorts on because it's cool out. But with me walking, I have generated quite a bit of heat. So I'm not too hot. So it's kind of a good mix. Kind of a good mix. Just telling everybody, if they come across this live when it's over, leave in the comment section what you did this weekend for yourself, what you did to relax and unwind and to possibly create some resolution to some things that you have going on. I'm wishing all of you a great new week ahead, a great new day tomorrow, a great new Monday, a great new week. And remember, we're still in a new month. Tomorrow is November 6th, so not quite a weekend yet. So claim everything that you can in good nature and good name for yourself. You know, try to avoid the drama, the unnecessary things, because most of us, again, already have something going on in life and we don't need any extra. So don't let this app or any other app cause you any stress, any more stress than you came on here with. Don't let bothered people bother you. And don't let anyone ruin your day. That's easier said than done. But hey, sometimes somebody can, get you a little stirred up. But then, the easiest thing to do when that happens is to like truly smile or just truly act oblivious to what they're doing, as long as it's not causing you any physical harm or or emotional harm other than kind of ticking you off. And guess what? That energy will turn right back around to them. Dawn says, "Hey, Triple, I'm feeling like a supreme queen, Stacy." Okay, okay. I hear you. I hear you, Dawn. I am believing in new beginnings. I know that's right. Exactly. New beginnings. Tomorrow is a new day, new Monday, new week, and new beginning. Take it, take advantage of it, use it for as much good as you can. And again, I'm no hypocrite. I know that we go through things. Sometimes we have bad thoughts. Sometimes we want to be a little naughty. But try your best to let the angel win out. Sometimes there's literally an angel saying do one thing and a devil saying to do another one. So try to let the angel win out. And that being said, I wish you guys peace. Y'all know what it is: positivity and prosperity. Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. And wherever chaos and negativity reside together and breed around and stir around, you fail to prosper. You fail to prosper. Yeah. People just getting on your nerves. People just want to get on your nerves. I'm like, stay over there in your lane. I stay over here and we be good. We be good. Just ignore all negativity. I shall let God be the arbitrator of my life. Okay, exactly. Exactly, Dawn. Exactly. Let God be the arbitrator of it all. Because he already knows He already knows anyway. He knows how it's going to go down. He knows how we're going to react, but we don't know yet. He knows, and I know that feels strange, but we don't know. So we just have to try to do the best that we can. If we're going to act appropriately, he already knows. If we're going to act or respond inappropriately, he already knows. But we don't know. We don't know. So all we can do is do the best that we can, try to make the best decisions that we can, which is not always easy. Be as strong as we can. We are human. We are the flesh. We fall short, and we sometimes do things that we truly don't want to do. But sometimes things are just hard not to do for whatever reason. And I know someone coming across this video is probably going to say, well, if you don't want to do it, how's it hard not to do it? I mean, that's just like a person who smokes. Maybe they don't want to smoke anymore, but it's hard for them to quit. If you want to say it's an addiction, it's an addiction. Um, Maybe it's hard not to yell. You're used to yelling. Maybe you were raised up and you heard a lot of yelling. Not necessarily that it was your parents or whatever. Could have been, may have not been. But that's just how you were brought up. And it kind of rubbed off on you. And you didn't even realize it until you became a certain age. And you think back in life and you say, you know what, I used to hear this a lot. I was in this type of environment. And it could have been when you left home, when you were in college, and you just picked it up and you started. Some people who use profanity, they say they never used profanity as a kid, but when they got into high school, all of their friends were cursing. I guess it was like the grown thing to do. They didn't even like cursing, but they started cursing to feel like they were part of the group or part of the clique of their friends. Now, some people are strong and they don't like it, they don't do it. But other people, they tend to do whatever it is that the peers are doing. So the next thing you know, they're 25, 26 years old, maybe not even around those same peers, and they curse like sailors. And cursing was something that they weren't raised up doing, wasn't raised to hear a lot of. And even if they heard it, they knew not to do it because they were taught not to do it. But when they got in high school, got away from the parents a little bit more, started hanging out a little bit more, you know, they started it. And they don't want to, but they do. So they start to work on trying to remedy that. They try to fix it. So that there are things that we do that we truly wish that we could stop doing. And it's not always so easy to just stop. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an addiction. It just could be some of the vices, some of our vices, some of our, you know, I don't think you necessarily have to be addicted to shopping to be a person who goes out and just buy something because you like it, or you just buy something because you see it. You don't necessarily have to have an addiction. And if that's considered an addiction, I guess you could say it's a minor one. Um, Again, I saw a mother one day just yelling and yelling and yelling, and she said, "I get tired of yelling at y'all." So you're thinking, well, if you get tired of yelling at them, and she was not the first person, mother I've heard say, "I get tired of yelling." She's not the first parent I've heard to say that.
But I hope you guys can hear me. Hello? Yes, it looks like the avatar is moving, so I hope you guys can hear me. Of course, I got a phone call, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. I hope that you can. But yes, like I was saying, I heard a parent yelling, and she was telling the kids, "You guys think don't you think I get tired of screaming?" And so it was easy for me to think, well, if you get tired of it, why are you doing it? But sometimes people just have buttons. It's not necessarily that she's addicted to yelling at her kids. Some people have less patience than others. Some people have buttons that are pushed, and they do things that they don't necessarily want to do. It may not sound plausible, but it is. It may not sound plausible, but it is. Okay, thank you, Dawn. Thank you so much. So, sometimes we do things that we don't necessarily want to do. And truth be told, she's not the first person. She's not the first parent, mother, or father who I've heard say that. She's like, why are you doing this? I've told you 3 or 4 times not to do this. You just want me to yell at you, this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I don't think they want you to yell. But, you know, maybe she was raised and that's how her parents dealt with her or whoever her authoritative figure was. And then sometimes not. Sometimes their parents were easy on them. They very probably never raised their voice to them. But every person is different. We are a lot alike the people who raise us, and sometimes we're totally different. We're like night and day. And so maybe her patience are just short. And maybe sometimes kids can be testy now. So so and the kids were kind of like tickled. The look on their faces were kind of like, I almost believe what she said when she said, y'all act like y'all want me to yell. you know, she was like, y'all act like you want me to yell. And so, I don't think she's yelling because she's addicted to yelling at her kids. I don't think she wants to do it. But my parents have yelled at me. like, but there are certain buttons that you push, and people wish that those buttons weren't so sensitive. Sometimes we have certain sensitivities. Sometimes we have management problems. It can be anger management. It could be patience management. Like I said, many of us probably don't think so, but we probably, if we did a real, real, very good self evaluation, we could stand to, have a little bit more patience. You may see, take the parent example, yelling at the kids. You may see one parent who sits and looks like the kids haven't done a thing. And the first thing they'll tell you, I'm not going to let them get my blood pressure up. When they get tired of acting crazy, they'll sit down. Or when it seems like they're really going to hurt each other, I'll tend to it then. And then you have that other parent who may be like, they can't stand the noise level to be a certain octave. It's like, okay, sit down and shut up, So sometimes it's just sensitivities. And so that parent who yells sit down and shut up probably hates herself after she's done it every time that she does it. But she just has that sensitivity. And I think we all have those sensitive buttons that we can work on. Dawn says, yes, I can. Okay, thank you, Dawn. I truly appreciate this message. This was for me. I'm glad, Dawn. I'm glad that you came through. I'm glad that the message has touched you. If it touches one person, that is good, because there are times when I wish I could talk to people or just listen. I just come on YouTube or I go on social media and just listen to other people. And it just gives you a feeling that you're not alone. That somebody can identify with what you're talking about or with what you're thinking or with what you're going through. You know, and sometimes people are giving messages to people and they'll never ever know. They'll never ever know. But the good thing about that is that people who are delivering those types of messages, they'll tell you, if you heard this message, or if I've said something today that has touched you in a way or that has moved you, then the work of this live is done. So that lets me know that the work of this live, Dawn, is done. So if I said something to touch you and you can accept this message and appreciate this message, then I know the work of this live is done. It just takes touching one person, because again, I needed someone to touch me at some point. I have, and I'm sure I will again. I have, and I'm sure I will again. And I always preach that we have to learn to accept our flaws, and we have to learn to try to deal with them and to try to fix them. And if you can't completely fix it, you can improve on yourself. Self improvement is everything. The word self can be a very, very positive word. A lot of times we think of selfishness as being negative, but no, sometimes you have to be selfish, because sometimes you have to take yourself out of things and work on yourself. You have to be selfish with yourself sometimes, because a lot of times we're overextending for other people, and then things do start to get on our nerves. We do start to you know fall short of taking self. So selfishness is not always a bad thing. Just the four-letter word self can be a great word. Self-improvement, self-evaluation, self-confidence, self-worth, self-trust. Sometimes we have to learn to trust ourselves. So selfishness is probably one of the few bad words that you can get out of the word self or create from the word self. And even then, selfishness is not always bad. It's not. She says, thank you so very kindly. Blessings to you. Blessings to you too, Dawn. I will see you guys on my next live. I hope that you can join me. I plan, I'm hitting all kinds of buttons, y'all. I plan to go live tomorrow if it's the Lord's will. I will. If it's not his will, that means I'm probably doing something else, busy. But whatever it is, I plan to see you guys tomorrow. And if not, I plan to see you Tuesday. And I want you to have a great new Monday, a great new day, a great new beginning to a great new week. And we're still in the newest part of this month. So take care of yourselves and enjoy your week. Pleasant nights resting. Thank you, Dawn. Same to you. Have a pleasant night. Have a blessed night. And I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live. Bye, y'all.